So you're responsible, you have to fill this area.
Hare Krishna. We'd like to thank Rakesh Prabhu and Shweta Mataji for inviting His Grace Gokuleshwar Prabhu for the Saturday satsang, and His Grace Gokuleshwar Prabhu gave yesterday he gave a talk at Ram Kirtan Prabhu's home, and today in the morning, and then tomorrow also he's going to give a talk at Ram Tirtha Prabhu's house at 8 a.m.
No, 7:30.
7:30 a.m. So if anybody would like to join, and then there will be a Sunday feast class, and then in the evening again we have another program at Shani's home. It's about 6 p.m. So 6 to 7 is dinner just tomorrow. So His Grace Gokuleshwar Prabhu has come all the way from Bombay, India, Mumbai, and he's the vice president of the ISKCON Juhu temple. He decided to dedicate his life for serving Krishna. He joined the temple in 1997 in Bombay, in Juhu, just after finishing his master's degree from Indian Institute of Technology in Powai. Powai, Bombay, you heard of IIT. So he could have had a very lucrative career, but Prabhu got the real lucrative career because he's earning the real wealth which he can take with him and in the next life and to Golok Vrindavan. So he's preaching all over the world. Actually, he was supposed to come, then what happened? One of our leaders, His Holiness Gokuleshwar Maharaj, passed away. So then he went back to India and we were not sure whether he'll come back. So we were praying that we missed an opportunity, and we were thinking we missed an opportunity to associate with His Grace Gokuleshwar Prabhu. But Krishna heard our prayers and he came back. So after 5 years, he came 5 years ago to Columbus, but after 5 years he again came to Columbus, and we are very fortunate to hear from him. He has a wide depth of knowledge in scriptures and how to practically apply in life. So please don't feel shy to ask any questions you might have. This is a great opportunity to learn and hear from Gokuleshwar Prabhu. So we should like to welcome Gokuleshwar Prabhu by loudly chanting Hari Bol.
Hari Bol!
So how about you acting me?
They can come in front, those who are, there's a empty VIP seats here. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jayo Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradhari Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Can I have a cushion below my feet? No, that's too thick. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for this evening class, and I'm happy to be here with all of you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, he appeared 500 years before in Mayapur Navadip. At age 24, he took sannyas and he came to Jagannath Puri, where he stayed for further 24 years, out of which 6 years he traveled to South India. So during his stay in Jagannath Puri, Haridas Thakur also came to stay in Jagannath Puri. Srila Haridas Thakur, he is senior in age to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and is a pure brahmachari and pure devotee. So much so that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave him the title Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur. Nam Acharya. Acharya means professor. Namacharya means professor of the holy name. Srila Haridas Thakur every day would chant 64 rounds, plus 64 rounds, plus 64 rounds. 364. Those days they used to count rounds by 64. 64 was considered one unit. So even today Babajis in Vrindavan, if you discuss with them, they would say, I did 164, or I did 264, I did 364. So the 64 word is common. So they will say, I do 1, or I do 2, or I do 3, or I do 4. So if you meet a Babaji and he said, I did 2 today, don't think he did 2 rounds, he did 264. That's 128 rounds. At the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, they would count 4 rounds as 1 unit. So I did 16-4, that's 64. 16-4. We do 4-4, 16 rounds. So 64 rounds is equivalent to 1 lakh holy names. So Haridas Thakur would chant every day 3 lakh holy names. Professor of the holy name. This word professor, which we commonly use for those who teach us in the university, I don't know how it works here, but it's not a common position. Like in this university, Ohio University, how many students would be there?
60,000.
60,000. How many professors?
100.
100.
Around.
And how many teachers? Few thousand. So some people think all the teachers are professors. But no, they are lecturers. Right? Is that the post? Lecturer. So after 10 or more years of lecturership experience and a research paper or MPhil, you get promoted to what is called a reader. In India, it's like that. And after PhD and further research paper and few more years of teaching experience, you get promoted to what is called associate professor. Then after that, if you are alive, you can be a professor. So it's a very rare position. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him that title, Namacharya, professor of the holy name. And Haridas Thakur would stay very close to Jagannath temple. For all these years, not a single time he entered Jagannath temple and had darshan of Lord Jagannath. Never he went. Thinking himself unqualified. I am not pure to take darshan of Lord Jagannath and go inside. But he is so pure that Jagannath will come out as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and every day give him darshan. So one day, Govind, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's assistant, he came to Haridas Thakur's kutiya and he brought Mahaprasad of Jagannath sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he came, Haridas Thakur was lying down on his chatai and chanting Hare Krishna, lying down and chanting with beads. So Govind says, Haridas, I brought Mahaprasad for you. Haridas Thakur was not well. He was so ill that he couldn't sit. So he was lying down. But he didn't stop his chanting. It is not proper for one to chant lying down. But he was chanting lying down because he couldn't sit. He was so ill. But he couldn't stop chanting. That was his great commitment. So after Govind came, with great difficulty he got up. And he told Govind, Prabhu, I will fast today. I will not eat anything today. Why? Because my rounds are remaining. Srila Haridas Thakur took a vow that unless he completes his 192 rounds, he will not eat. 192 rounds take 21 hours. So unless this is completed, he will not eat and drink or sleep every day. So he said, I will fast today because my rounds are not completed. But I can't say no to Mahaprasad. So he paid obeisances to Mahaprasad, took a very small morsel, and again lied down and continued his chanting. So Govind went back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and told the whole thing. Said Haridas is not well. Next day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Haridas Thakur. Again with great difficulty Haridas Thakur offered his obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya said, Haridas, I heard you are not well. What is happening? He said, Mahaprabhu, my body is well, my mind is not well. Actually, it was opposite. His body was diseased, but mind was completely Krishna conscious. But he said, my body is well, my mind is not well. He said, Haridas, did you do diagnosis? What has happened to you? He said, yes, Mahaprabhu. My disease is I cannot complete my rounds. So Srila Prabhupada writes, if any ISKCON member does not chant 16 rounds minimum every day, he is in disease condition of spiritual life. Minimum 16 rounds. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told his devotees, unless you are Lakpati, Krishna will not eat from your hands. You are fallen. So the devotees said, Lakpati, 1 lakh rupees, from where will we get so much money? 500 years before. Chaitanya said, not 1 lakh rupees. Lakpati means 1 lakh holy name every day. Chanting 1 lakh holy name every day, that is 64 rounds. Unless you chant 64 rounds every day, Krishna is not going to eat from your hands. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this. So we all are fallen. So Srila Prabhupada, when he started preaching, he saw people would not be able to do 64 rounds, especially in Western countries. So he made a new contract with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That ISKCON devotees will do 16, chalega kya? Chaitanya said, okay, I will eat. But if somebody goes even beyond minimum less than 16, then that is disease condition of spiritual life. A serious practitioner should chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra on beads. And if you are diseased, what should you do? Leave everything, first cure yourself. Then everything else. Health first. So if I am in disease condition or spiritual life, I should stop everything else and just improve by chanting 16 rounds every day. And if it is every day happening that I am not chanting 16 rounds, then you are a serious patient. Serious patient should go to ICU, intensive chanting unit. Just sit and chant. That's the only solution. Take your mala and chant 16 rounds, minimum. Otherwise, we don't grow. 99% of our spiritual advancement depends on chanting 16 rounds. Everything else is 1%. So devotees should not neglect their 16 rounds at all. So Haridas Thakur said, my disease is I can't complete my rounds. Chaitanya said, Haridas, you are already perfected your chanting, you are Namacharya, you have been chanting whole life, 3 lakh name, holy names. You are chanting Shuddha Nam, you have Krishna Prem, and this old age, in this disease condition, now you reduce your rounds. Krishna himself coming and telling you reduce your rounds. Haridas Thakur, my dear Lord, I can't do that. Then he said, my dear Lord, you are very, very merciful. I never asked anything from you. But today I want to ask something. You have already made me dance as you want and I have already always cooperated. You are the one who arranged for me to get the first Shraddha Patra in Shantipur from Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya, he has his father's death anniversary, Shraddha. So in Shraddha, after offering to Vishnu, the first plate is to be offered to the senior most Brahmana, Shraddha Patra it's called. And there were thousands of senior Brahmanas in the ceremony from the village of Shantipur and around, who were invited for the meal. And Haridas Thakur also came. But he didn't sit in among the Brahmanas. He sat at the end, away from the venue. Because he's born from a Muslim family. Brahmanas would not sit with him. So he would sit away. And he would think, after everybody eats something with a meaning, I will eat. Advaitacharya took the first Shraddha Patra, which is offered to the most superior person in the assembly. He crossed all the Brahmanas and went to Haridas Thakur and gave him the first Shraddha Patra. He said, you have. Haridas Thakur was surprised. He said, Advaitacharya, what are you doing? You giving first Shraddha Patra to me? I am outcast. All these Brahmanas will reject your program and they will not eat here and they will go away. They will get displeased by you. They will never enter your home. You are offending all these Brahmanas. I mean, they will take offense, not that he is offending. Advaitacharya said, by feeding you, not only my father, millions of my ancestors are liberated because you are a pure Vaishnava. And you are superior to all of them. So you should be offered first Shraddha Patra. So Haridas Thakur told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's you who arranged this and made me eat the first Shraddha Patra when I am not qualified. But we should understand he is very, very qualified. For us to get an opportunity to feed a pure Vaishnava is like liberating the whole family and the all ancestors. That is great fortune for a grahastha. to feed a sadhu, to feed a cow. So Haridas Thakur said, my dear Mahaprabhu, I have only one prayer to you. I know that very soon you are going to end your pastimes. And I don't want to see that pastime. I will not be able to handle it. So my request to you is, I want to leave my body before that. I just wish that when I leave my body, your feet, lotus feet should be on my head. And with my eyes, I should be seeing your face. And with my tongue, I should be chanting your name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. 3 wishes, he said. The first wish, that your lotus feet should be on my head. The second wish, my eyes should be seeing your beautiful face. And the third wish, my tongue should be chanting your name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became emotional after hearing this. He said, Haridas, whatever is my happiness is because of you. If you go away, how will I live? Hearing this, Haridas had tears in his eyes. He said, Mahaprabhu, please don't cheat me like this. You have millions and millions of great devotees who are fit to sit on my head. I am the most insignificant one. Nothing will happen to your mission if I die. How does it matter to the universe if an ant dies? Does the ecosystem of the universe get disturbed when an ant dies? So I am a very insignificant devotee. Nothing will happen to your mission if I die. Don't cheat me like this. Till now I have danced whatever you have done to me. But now I can't be present here to see your pastime of ending yourself, ending your pastimes. So please grant my wishes. Chaitanya said, Haridas, Krishna fulfills the wishes of his devotees. It is up to Krishna what to do. But it will not be my happiness if you depart. And by that time discussion was happening, it was noon time and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had to go. So it was, Haridas, we will meet again tomorrow. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went. Next day again Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Haridas Thakur's residence with all his devotees, with Kashi Mishra, Swarup Damodar, Gokuleshwar Pandit, and Gadadhar Pandit and others. And they came and Haridas Thakur welcomed all of them, gave them asan to sit and paid obeisances to each one of them. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Haridas, what is the news? Haridas folded his hands and said, my dear Lord, whatever is your mercy, that is the news. Chaitanya said, let's do kirtan. And they started doing kirtan and chanting and dancing in ecstasy and jumping up and down. And sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is crying and sometimes he is stunned and his hairs are standing on end and his body is trembling and perspiring and his voice chokes up and he falls unconscious. Sometimes he laughs, sometimes he cries. And everybody is in ecstasy and Haridas Thakur is dancing and chanting. Like this for 2-3 hours they chanted in ecstasy and danced in kirtan. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped the kirtan. Then he started speaking about Haridas Thakur and his glories. And Haridas Thakur is so great that in the village of Ramchandra Khan, Haridas Thakur was living in a small hut outside the village and continuously chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra on beads. And gradually the villagers would come and chant with him and offer respects and he became very popular. So Khan got very envious. He wanted to find find some fault in Haridas Thakur and expose him as a cheater. So he told his soldiers, at night you go and hide and spy on Haridas Thakur. Night maybe he's sleeping or maybe he's eating some sweets. But daytime he says he's whole night chanting. You just expose him, catch him red-handed, then I will show him. So the soldiers went and whole night they were seeing in hidden place. For whole night Haridas Thakur would chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, no sleep, no sweets, no eating, nothing. 2-3 days the soldiers watched, but they didn't find any fault. They came back and told, Sir, we watched whole night, but Haridas Thakur is very pure and pakka. He chants whole night, he doesn't sleep and he doesn't eat. But he was very envious, Khan. So he called all the young prostitutes of the village. And he said, whatever you are earning, I will give you more money than that. But one of you go and engage with Haridas Thakur, and my soldiers will be nearby. You give signal, they will catch him red-handed and we will expose. He claims to be a pure brahmachari and pure sadhu, but I want to expose him. All the girls, ladies told, no. Even though we do sinful profession, but we don't do such thing. We don't go and disturb a sadhu. But one young prostitute said, I will do it for money. You give me 10 times money, I will do it. So at night she went. Nobody was around. She dressed herself in very less clothes and decorated her body. And she is very young and beautiful. She went to the Haridas Thakur's kutia. There was Tulsi Maharani. Haridas Thakur would chant in front of Tulsi Maharani. So she paid obeisances to Tulsi Maharani. And he sat right in front of Haridas Thakur, and he sat in a way that she was showing some of her body parts. And she said, Haridas, you are such a young, strong man. I desire union with you. There is nobody here at night. Nobody is going to come. We are alone. Why don't you enjoy with me? Haridas said, look, I will definitely fulfill your desire, but my rounds are pending. So you just sit, I'll complete my rounds, then fulfill your desire. And she thought my plan worked. Just few more rounds. So she sat, and Haridas Thakur continued his Shuddha chanting. Not a single change happened in Haridas Thakur's body or mind. Not a single change. When the young lady exposing her body parts was sitting in front of him, ready to offer her body. Not a single change. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a sannyasi, told that when I see a wooden doll of female form, my mind gets disturbed. And here is Haridas Thakur at dead night, sitting with a young lady, exposing her body, and there is not a single change in his body. Not a single time he shifted his neck and saw her, or shifted his eyes and saw her, or had a thought of enjoying her. He had conquered Maya, which is very, 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 very rare. To conquer Maya, to come out of lust. It's very rare. Lust is most formidable enemy. Number one enemy. This whole material world is a prison, and the shackles are lust. And that's why everything is moving around. But Haridas Thakur had conquered lust. Whole night he chanted without any change. And morning sunrise happened. The lady got afraid that now people will come. So she ran away. Next day night again she came and approached Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur said, I apologize. Yesterday I couldn't fulfill your desire. Today my rounds will be finished. You sit, I will fulfill your desire. So she sat again, exposing her body. Again sunrise happened, she left. Third night, again she came. Haridas Thakur said, look, I chant 3 lakh holy name every day. Just for this month, I had taken a vow of chanting 1 crore holy names. So there are 10 lakh extra holy names. That's why my rounds are pending. But today is the 30th day. My last rounds will be over. Today I will fulfill your desire. Just sit. And she sat. And Haridas Thakur continued chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. And 3 nights she heard the pure holy name. Her heart got changed, cleaned, transformed. And in middle of night she started crying. And she paid obeisances to Haridas Thakur. He said, my dear Prabhu, please forgive me. I came here because Khan sent me. I came here to disturb you. But now my heart has changed. I want to stop my sinful profession. Please guide me and give me holy name. Haridas Thakur said, look Mataji, on the first night you came, I knew why you came and who sent you. And as per etiquette, I should have left this place. But just for you, I stayed here 3 days. Now you take this mala. He gave her mala. Said, now you go home. Whatever you have, give in charity. Because it's all sinful income. Your utensils, your jewelry, your clothes, your grains, your house, your furniture. Just give charity to sadhus. They will use it in Krishna's service. And you in one sari come here and chant 192 rounds every day. And Haridas Thakur left the place. He didn't take her WhatsApp number to follow up, chanting ho raha hai kya nahi, update me. He left the place. And she went home. She gave everything in charity. In one cloth she came and sat at the place and started chanting 3 lakh holy names every day. And gradually the news spread that a prostitute has become Sadhavi, and they all started coming and respecting her. So this is Haridas Thakur who conquered Maya, who conquered lust, which even for demigods and Rishi Munis is difficult to give up. Lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. These are very formidable anarthas. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started talking about Haridas Thakur's glories. And everybody heard this and they were surprised. And they started offering respects to Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur made everybody sit. And he paid obeisances to each and every Vaishnava. And finally he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He took his feet and put it on his head. And he started crying. And crying. Sometimes he will keep the feet on the head. Sometimes he'll keep the feet on the chest, and all his tears would do Abhishek of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet. And he started loudly reciting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Seeing the face of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left his body. Everybody was surprised what kind of death he has. His wishes got fulfilled. The lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were on his head and chest. With his eyes, he was seeing his face, and on his tongue, he was chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Everybody remember Bhishma Pitama, who left his body on his own will. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very emotional. He took Haridas Thakur's transcendental body in his lap, and he again started kirtan and dancing with the body, jumping up and down. And after 2-3 hours, Sarup Damodar reminded Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have to do final rites. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped kirtan. Then they arranged a very nice palanquin. And they all, including Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, carried the transcendental body of Haridas Thakur to the ocean. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally bathed his body. And he said, from today, this ocean is pilgrimage place. Anybody who gets this, anybody who comes and takes bath in this ocean will get Krishna prema. Then they dug a hole for Samadhi, and the transcendental body of Haridas Thakur was established in Samadhi. They put Mahaprasad robes and Jagannath cloth and other flowers. And everybody, including Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, put sand inside. And they protected it properly. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went begging to all the prasadam stalls. He said, please give me some prasad. I want to distribute feast on the disappearance of Haridas Thakur. And all the shopkeepers started giving big quantities of prasad. Swarup Damodar said, Mahaprabhu, please don't do this. We will carry it. You just sit. And Swarup Damodar with some of his volunteers, they arranged all the prasad. All the devotees were sitting. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started serving prasad. But nobody was eating because unless Chaitanya Mahaprabhu honors, devotees will not honor. So Swarup Damodar said, my dear Mahaprabhu, you are serving prasad, but nobody is going to take it unless you take it. So you please sit, we will serve. So he made Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sit. Kashi Mishra had cooked for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he brought lots of Jagannath Prasad. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while honoring Prasad, he would direct the servers. This devotee likes this item, so give him Malpua. This one likes Gulab Jamun, so give him Gulab Jamun. This one likes curd rice. So he knew what everybody likes. So he would tell them to put. And he would made everybody eat 5 times. And then at the end, he offered flower garland and chandan to everybody. And he said, whoever participated in Haridas Thakur's disappearance festival, whoever put sand, whoever did kirtan, whoever danced, whoever honored prasadam, they will all get favor of Krishna. And Chaitanya told his devotees that Krishna gave me association of Haridas Thakur and Krishna took it away. So he had very mixed feelings and he became very emotional and then he went to his room. So we see Haridas Thakur showed an example of how to live and how to live. How to live when you are here and how to leave the body. Chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in association of devotees, going back to Krishna. That is perfection of our life. If we forget Krishna and again continue the cycle of birth and death, that is not desirable. Okay, we can continue bhakti next life as well. But why to take that risk? Why not finish the business this life? Why to keep 2-3 lifetime plan? And that is possible when whole life we are practicing bhakti. We can think of Krishna and chant Hare Krishna at the time of death when we have practiced it whole life. If we not practiced whole life and we think, I will do this on the time of my death, it will not happen. We have to practice. There was a businessman about to die. So from his bedroom, he shouted, where are my sons? Both the sons came, folded their hands. Father, we are here. Said, where is my daughter-in-law? They also came. Where are my daughters? Both daughters came. Son-in-law? They also came. Wife? She also came. Manager? Whole family came. He said, is whole family here? He said, yes, whole family is here. Tell us what you want to tell. He said, if whole family is here, who is at the shop? And died. So because whole life shop. At the time of death, he thought of a shop and he died. What happened? He became cockroach in the same shop. After 11 days, the elder son opened the shop, saw cockroach. Father, no, took, flushed it in the drainage. Finish. What kind of life is this whole life? So whole life, what we do, that we'll think of at the end of life, at the time of death. So we have to practice Krishna consciousness every day, seriously. Then we can think of Krishna and chant Hare Krishna at the time of death. And then we can go back to Krishna in the spiritual world. No more birth in Columbus or this earth planet or material existence. It's not worth it. It is useless. So we have nice opportunity. This human form is the first opportunity. Human form in good family is the second opportunity. And getting association of pure devotees is a very rare opportunity, and we have all the three. Any intelligent person, if he gets opportunity, he should not miss it. Now we have an opportunity. If we miss it, then we are fools. So we should pick up Krishna consciousness seriously. Serious devotee means serious chanting. And serious chanting means attentive chanting. Chant and hear Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The holy name should go inside the ear and from ear to the heart, and magic will happen. Self-realization will happen that yes, I am servant of Krishna. This happens in the heart when the holy name reaches the heart. The soul is in the region of the heart. And the holy name can go in the heart only through ears, not through eyes or nose. So we have to hear the holy name, and life will be different. Every day, hear Srimad Bhagavatam. There will be revolution in our life. So this process is very powerful and very easy. We just have to seriously chant, and everything we will receive. All progress and advancement we will receive. So we continue to maintain our bhakti and pray to Krishna, and by causeless mercy of Krishna, at the end we will be successful going back to Krishna. Okay? We end here. Thank you very much. Sri Chaitanya Chaitamrita ki jai. Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. If there are any comments or questions, you may please ask. Yes.
Thank you for that amazing, insightful class. I just wanted to know about Haridas Thakur. What happened after he went back, after passing away. So it is known that he's the incarnation of Brahma, and he came to do prayaschitta for that one mistake he made, Brahma made in the Brahma Mohan Leela. So I was thinking that he showed us how to chant purely, everything. So after passing away, does Haridas Thakur go back to becoming Brahma, or does he go back to become?
Well, he continues his service as Brahma and then goes back to Krishna. So going to Brahmaloka is not against his liberation. That is, Krishna wants him to continue that service. Okay? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you for the class,
Hare Krishna.
for inspiring us to chant. Circumstantially, sometimes if one has to chant in the mind, I know it's not recommended, but can you explain why from the mind it cannot go to the heart? If I know in my mind I'm only thinking about Krishna and there is no disturbance according to me.
So mind has lots of other thoughts. So when you chant in the mind, that chanting is one of the other thoughts. Right? So it gets lost there. So we chant loudly. Chanting in mind is not against Shastras. That is also, there are three types of chanting. One is chanting loudly, one is chanting with movement of lips, one is chanting without movement of lips in the mind. Haridas Thakur would do 64 rounds loudly, 64 rounds with movement of lips, and 64 rounds in the mind. That was Haridas Thakur. Srila Prabhupada recommended us 16 rounds loudly. Because when we chant in the mind, mind will the holy name will be lost among many thoughts. So it's not against the Shastras, but it's not, we are not used to that. We are not practiced that. We don't have taste. So if your circumstances don't allow, you continue what you are doing. But make a change in those circumstances.
Like if family
Or-
members are getting annoyed.
Or become bold. They'll get annoyed anyway, whatever you do. Find out a private space for yourself where there's nobody getting annoyed and chant. Gokuleshwar Babaji Maharaj would chant in toilet so that nobody disturbs him. So I'm not saying to do that. I'm saying to get inspired to find a solution to this. Right? Find a solution. I can understand there may be challenge in the family, but go for a walk, chant there, take a gym membership, and instead of dumbbells, take mala. Okay, I don't want to make a joke out of it. I'm saying find out a way. Find out a way, chant. If not, then whatever you're doing, you continue. Just like you are here today, you got time. So like this, go out, chant and come back. In the garden, in the park, in the mall, wherever. Right? Library, wherever. Pray to Krishna that, my dear Lord, please bless me that somehow I can chant your name. I am eager to chant your name, but it's not working out. And I am very weak. I am not bold enough to do it. You please arrange my circumstances. He will respond to you. Right? Okay. Any more questions? Yes.
Prabhu, thank you so much for amazing class.
Hare Krishna.
I was learning so much every day. Prabhuji, you said that Haridas Thakur and then Mahaprabhu came same time at Jagannath, around same time. What inspired Haridas Prabhu to chant all this 192 rounds?
What inspired? Well, he was chanting even before that. And one of the major reason he chanted is he was praying to Krishna to take an incarnation. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu selected Haridas Thakur as an example to show to the whole world to be inspired to chant. So Haridas Thakur can chant 192 rounds, we can at least do 16 rounds. So he was an instrument of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chanting all these rounds, even though born in an Islam family, to show that anybody can chant Hare Krishna.
So was the Leela.
Yeah. Okay? Yes.
So we chant 16 rounds every day, right? Suppose if we miss one round one day and next day instead of 16, if you do 17 rounds, is that okay?
Well, it is okay, but not a license.
Okay.
Should not happen frequently. And it should not go third day. Okay. Yes.
So sometimes we put emphasis on the number 16. So somehow or other we just do it, like, because we have to do 16. But then the quality is not, we are not thinking about the quality because we just have to somehow get to 16. You want to say anything about that?
Well, if you have started 16 or initiated, we should maintain 16 rounds. And we should try to improve quality. We should not think if I chant 4, it will be better quality. 16 is not so good quality. No, then the question will come, somehow 4 we are doing, no quality, and do you want to say something? One round is okay? It will happen. Mind is very tricky.
So I'm saying how to increase the quality.
Yeah, so we try to be attentive. And if we are inspired, we try to chant more rounds. But minimum 16 we should do, and we should do it in the morning. Morning, it's easy to maintain the quality. Night, when we are about to sleep, in front of the bed, we are chanting and every time saying Hua Gyana, Hua Gyana. Right? So it's best to do in the morning and get into a habit of doing with devotees. If not, then morning, wherever we are, we should do. And we should ourselves try to improve quality. But we should never think that because it is 16, that's why my quality is down. If it was 4, my quality would have been better. That is not the case. That mind is playing a trick. So minimum 16 nice rounds. Attentively we should do without offenses. Okay? Yes, Alankar.
So, Prabhu, can you share about what was the mood? Is there a description of what was the mood of Haridas Thakur when he was chanting those 192 rounds that led to come, at the stage of having the desire of having 3 things, at the time of death? And another follow-up for that is, I don't know if I don't know what mood that I need to develop, while chanting, and if I ever get to the stage of, I don't know if that's the success standard. Okay, if you are chanting nicely, then you will also be able to, have certain higher desires and see Krishna, or have that basically successful way of living the body. So with the way it's going, I'm not sure if it's
Well, the mood of a devotee while chanting or while doing any devotional activity should be that of a servant. A service attitude, that Krishna is my master, I am his servant, I am serving Krishna when I am doing anything. Even giving a class or leading a kirtan or engage in a meeting or paying obeisances or performing arti or honoring prasadam, that I am servant of Krishna. And while chanting, we don't have to think much about the mood, we just have to hear the holy name. And yes, Prabhupada has guaranteed that if you do minimum 16 rounds every day, follow 4 regulative principles and other rules and regulative principles of bhakti, at the end of life you can see Krishna face to face. So that's possible. So we continue our sadhana and hope for Krishna's causeless mercy to descend. And to see Krishna, now it's very easy. You just have to go to Krishna ISKCON temple in Columbus and you can see him. He is present there. You just need a car, not even a japa bag. So you can go and see the deity, same as seeing Krishna. And yes, we can hope, we just hope as a servant of Krishna, he accepts us. And by his causeless mercy, we go back to Krishna. So it will happen. The process works. Money back guarantee. The process works. Okay? Next question. Yeah.
Prabhuji, seeing Haridas Thakur's example, in those days, not so much, it was easy to spread the movement of Krishna consciousness because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there. Everybody was so attracted to it. But now, we all have to organize events, we have to go outside, to cooperate among devotees. And during cooperating among devotees, sometimes conflicts happen, and then branching off because of 2 different moods and branching happens. So that the holy name is not given emphasis. This method is better than mine, that method happens within the same movement. So how do we resolve that?
Well, preaching means we are going against the very function of Maya. And Maya wants to pull everybody towards herself to continue the existence of material nature. So Maya's regular strategies are meat eating, intoxication, gambling, illicit sex, and other such sinful programs. But when Maya attacks ISKCON devotees, she thinks they don't even take onion garlic. How they will be attracted to meat and cigarette and smoking and other things? They don't even take fruit unoffered to Krishna. So her regular weapons fail. So she has a new weapon. New weapon is disagreement. Two devotees sincerely want to serve Krishna, have two different ideas. And Maya uses that opportunity to break the unity, and they too use their energy in just uh, defeating each other's arguments, and the preaching stops or decreases. And another thing Maya does is groupism. I was telling another day that in Vrindavan, Krishna defeated Kaliya. That time Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya and all Brajvasis, they were at the Kaliya lake. So after Krishna defeated, it was already dark. So Nanda Baba said, we will not go to home back. We will stay here. Tomorrow morning we will go. That is the only time Yashoda didn't feed milk to Krishna. Because Yashoda was afraid all these cows drank poisonous water. So their milk must be poisonous. So Yashoda didn't give her dinner that day. So all the Brajvasis stayed there with making circles around Krishna Balram, Yashoda Rohini and Nanda Baba. So they were Krishna Balram, Yashoda Rohini, Nanda Baba, then Nanda Baba's brothers and family, then elderly people and women and children, then able coward men, then with weapons, lathis, and then cows. They made many concentric circles so that there is no danger for Krishna. So Kamsa's spies, they saw all this. So they went and reported to Kamsa that today Krishna is outside the home. So the security is less. So Kamsa said, go and put fire all around. They all whole Brajvasis will get burnt. So they put fire all around, and all the Brajvasis, their first thought was Krishna should not get harmed by the fire. So they became very close so that we will take the fire and Krishna will be protected. But after 2 minutes, they started crying and asking protection from Krishna because the fire was very heavy. So Krishna jumped in. He said, all of you close your eyes and lie down face flat. And Krishna drank all fire. But let me tell you, some fire remained. Some fire remained. He drank everything. And that fire is present in ISKCON in the name of groupism. And that fire can destroy the institution. So groupism means, apart from Krishna and Prabhupada's instruction, we create one more center. And around that center we may form a group. And another person creates another center. And around that center we form a group. For the purpose of organizing, groups may be required, departments may be required. But they all should be cooperating to please Krishna, not using their energy to have conflict and preaching stops. So we should not fall into groupism, whether it is centered around a particular Diksha Guru, centered around a particular Shiksha Guru, centered around a particular counselor, centered around a particular preacher, centered around a particular project, centered around a particular philosophical point, centered around particular service area, centered around some particular way of service. No, not at all. Prabhupada is in the center with his instructions, and Radha Vrindavan Natwar is in the center for their pleasure, and I should be ready to sacrifice my idea, my way of service, my desires. Krishna will be more happy when I am sacrificing for his pleasure. The Brajvasis, they all shifted from Gokul to Vrindavan. Whole village shifted just for Krishna's protection. They can make a change. Why can't we make a change? So for his pleasure we should be doing. Otherwise, when we are not united, each one of us is weak and each one of us fall down. So we should obey the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, who is founder Acharya of ISKCON, and we should please the deities and cooperate with each other so that the mission continues. So there may be conflict, there may be difference of opinion. We are not, we are individuals, We are not same personalities. Nothing wrong about it. But we talk, we come to a particular conclusion, and then we stick to it. That I have this opinion, you have this opinion, and I try to understand you, you try to understand me, and something is resolved. Now let's forget our ideas, and what is resolved, let us do it. So that's okay. Unity in diversity, nothing wrong about it. So what is good for the temple, what is good for the community of devotees, what is good for the movement, we do that. We don't keep myself as the center. If everybody becomes center, then there will be no center. We have to keep Krishna and Prabhupada as the center. So even if there are conflicts, it is possible to have that differences. We sit together, talk about it, open heart, and resolve what is good. And we follow that. So we are not in ideal situation. Conflicts will happen. We should not get disturbed. But we should have an open talk, Ishtagoshti. Openly talk about it, resolve it. Just like I have two hands, left hand, right hand. If left hand is wounded, right hand applies medicine. If right hand is wounded, left hand applies medicine. But both hands together cooperate to feed the stomach. So two devotees or two departments, they both take care of each other and together they feed Krishna. Together they work to serve Krishna. There was a father who called his sons who were fighting among themselves and gave them one stick, told them to break, and they easily broke. And then he tied the stick into a bundle and now tell them to break. Nobody could break. So if we are together, we are strong. Otherwise Maya will break us and we will not survive. So it's important to grow from our differences like a mature devotees. Talk about it. Talk about the differences. Take a resolution and follow it. So it's very important to be sober and mature. Okay? So when devotees do Mangalati together, Japa together, Guru Puja together, dancing together, Kirtan together, Prasadam together, if every day you do 6-7 hours of bhakti together, small differences don't matter. But we don't do anything together, only meeting, and small differences every meeting, then it becomes big. So we should do these positive aspects together, other things will not matter much. They will come and go. Because that is 1 hour per week and this is 7 hours of solid morning program. But if we don't do this, only this, then it increases. He told like this, I told like this, all gossip happens. So we should do together lots of good devotional service, especially morning program. Automatically the differences go away. Okay? So there are loving exchanges among devotees, we should do that. Give gift, accept gift, give prasad, accept prasad, share your heart and hear confidentially. We do that. Okay? Any more questions? Yes.
So, Prabhu, in case of Haridas Thakur, the prostitutes are transformed in 2 days by having pure association and also hearing Harinam, like but in our case, in my case, there's no transformation happening. So when we are attending retreats, we are getting association, we are doing services, but still the transformation is not happening. So serve the Lord with pure heart. So how do we, what is that you suggest us?
No, so we keep doing it. Small changes are happening. We may not be able to visible or measure it. And eventually a bigger change will be visible. So we keep doing it. Like if there's fire and there's a dry grass comes in contact with fire, it will immediately catch fire. If there's a wet grass comes in contact with fire, it will not immediately catch fire. It will catch fire after 2-3 hours. But in these 2-3 hours, is nothing happening? No. Gradually it's becoming dry. But it will be visible only when it catches fire. So when we are chanting and reading, we are becoming dry. One day we become completely dry, that is mode of goodness, will catch fire. Right? So the only point is morning I become dry, evening I again become wet. Then we go to square one. So we carefully remain dry. So it will work. We just continue doing it. Okay? Yes.
So we see Haridas Thakur is a pure devotee, but there's so many enemies that are there. They're envious of Haridas Thakur. But we say that if we satisfy Krishna, then everybody would be satisfied. So why is that, as a devotee, pure devotee, there are so many enemies forming, they're trying to make him fall down. And if somebody is saying wrong things, let's say about Haridas Thakur, would he fight back or would he just rely on chanting the holy name?
Just chant. Fight with whom?
I mean, if they're saying wrong things, should
Let
we
them
counter?
say. How many you can counter and how many you can stop? Don't worry. Okay, so if you have a forum where you have opportunity to present your side, you present it. But a gossip cannot be countered. Doesn't require to be countered. Right? They spoke about Sita Mata. Who are we? Right? We should not worry about all this. As I told, if there's a forum and an opportunity, we can present our side. But otherwise, just ignore it. So, a bigger pain is going to come, some accident is going to happen, some fracture is going to happen. Krishna arranges a small gossip, and the karma is gone. Right? So, we should be happy. We just do our bhakti. But don't worry about all this gossip.
And the enviousness of others prior to becoming envy from you.
Envy is indirect appreciation. If somebody is envious, that is a proof that we are doing well. Right? There's something. If there's nothing, why will somebody be envious? So don't worry. Just continue service. It's human nature to be envious of somebody's success. Right? So we should have compassion. We should not hate somebody is envious of us. We should have compassion. We should love them. If you throw stone on a mango tree, the mango tree gives back mango. When a tree can do that, why can't we? So somebody insults us, somebody is harsh with us, somebody is envious of us, give them Krishna prem. Right? It's okay. Some pain I will take, that's fine. What is a big deal? Not think about it seriously. It happens. Among family, it happens. So the devotee family, it happens. It's fine. Nothing big about it. Okay? Our mind makes it big. It's a very small thing. It's human nature. Okay? Next question. Yeah.
Follow up to that, but should we tolerate someone blaspheming a God?
No, this was more personal. If somebody is envious of us, we should tolerate. But if somebody is blaspheming a devotee, we should speak up. We should correct and educate that this is improper behavior. We should not misbehave and say that was improper behavior. Then somebody will have to correct us. So we should use Vaishnava etiquette to correct devotees. Yes.
So, Prabhu, you talked about that, how Haridas Thakur, when the prostitute came, he also he didn't follow up like what we do. But he said, okay, you still change everything and come here and chant. So even though he's such a exalted, sadhu, and he's an acharya, so he's setting standards. So sometimes even people might, he didn't think that no, she's like a female body, and like, of course he has conquered all of that, but he's setting the standards for other acharyas. So, but nowadays, we see, okay, no, all the Matajis, and sometimes, people don't even see that, others have fallen down. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told somebody that, oh, you have seen, another Srila Haridas. So, what's the standard
Standard for?
like associating with opposite gender?
You want to add?
Can you repeat the question?
Okay. The question was Haridas Thakur extended his association to the lady for 3 nights. So what is the etiquette we should follow? So definitely we should keep away from opposite gender. A brahmachari should not preach to females, not imitate Haridas Thakur. He was beyond lust. We are not beyond lust. So we should not imitate Haridas Thakur. A male preacher should closely preach to a male member and a female to a female member. Not mix. Of course, if we have a class like this with mixed genders, we can give a class like this. And if at all we interact with a brahmachari interacts with Mataji, it should be in front of husband, and that too for philosophical question answer or some guidance. But not like this, a male member preaching to a female member alone in a room and having close interaction and familiarity. That should not happen, because butter and fire, the butter melts and accident can happen. That's your question, right? So there should be healthy separation between opposite genders. There should not be unnecessary mixing. Okay.
So mixing is one thing, associating with one thing, but also we also we are promoting that we are not this body, we are the soul, and when it comes to services, there is no discrimination. But then we also sometimes see discriminations. Maybe Mataji stay there, don't come and praise her or something.
This is not discrimination, this is protection. Discrimination means not giving opportunity. There is opportunity, but there is protection, there is etiquette. If there is no protection, then there will be lots of lusty activities in the name of Krishna consciousness. So we are not this body. So everybody gets a chance to serve. But we are inside the body and we are influenced by the 3 modes. We have lust. That also has to be dealt with. Right? So the Varnashram is made for that purpose. We are not this body. We should use it when we are eating and sleeping. That time we say, no, I am this body. But for this purpose, we are not this body. It doesn't work like that. Right? So even if somebody is liberated, he also should follow etiquette, otherwise others will imitate him. So whether you are body or not body, whether you are liberated or not liberated, whether you are realized or not realized, there should not be unnecessary mixing. There should be a healthy separation. A male in association of females, even in name of service, develops lusty desires, and the same way for females. And then the mind gets contaminated, and then you have to struggle with it. So better to avoid that situation. We have Ajamila who went for service, plucking flowers, but he came and saw a couple, and he got agitated. Right? So we should learn from this. Okay? So it's very strict. Okay, in Grihasthas we have some social activities among 2 families. Also that should be healthy. But brahmacharis and sannyasis definitely should be very strict. Okay. Next question. Okay, we end here. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.